Hello friends, welcome to our YouTube channel. In previous class, we have learned about the photoelectric effect and its experimental arrangement. Now, due to that experimental arrangement, some conclusions are drawn. So, what are that conclusions? That means what are the effects of the different quantities if we vary, we have to see. So, that different conclusions we are studying in today's class. Okay. So, see here, the first we will see the effect of intensity of the incident light on the electric current, that means photoelectric current. So, whenever the light is incident on the cathode, that means emitter, that intensity of incident light, how it is affecting the photoelectric current. So, we have to observe this effect. So, for that first we have to keep the frequency constant, frequency of the incident light, it must be constant. Then the that potential difference between the plates, cathode and anode, we have to keep these two quantities constant. That means frequency and potential difference remains constant. Then we have to check the effect of intensity. That means we have to increase the intensity or decrease the intensity. So here we have to change the intensity value of the incident light and check the effect on the photoelectric current. So we observe that as the change in intensity will be there, and we know that intensity, it is directly proportional to the number of photons. Intensity, that means it is the dependent on the number of photons. If number of photons are more, the light will be more intense. So if intensity is more, that means number of photons emitted will be more. So these more number of photons will strike to the surface and more energy is absorbed by the atom from the surface and more number of electrons will be ejected. That means intensity is more, than electrons that are ejected or emitted from the surface will be more. That means the intensity, it is directly proportional to the photoelectric current, or photoelectric current from the plate, it will be directly proportional to the value of intensity. So here it shows the graphically the linear dependence of the intensity on the photoelectric effect. So as the current as the intensity increases, current will also increases linearly, that means directly proportional. And the reason behind this is intensity depends on, it is proportional to the number of photons. So number of photons means more number of free electrons. So this is the first conclusion from the experiment. Now the second conclusion, we have to see that effect of potential difference on the photoelectric current. So previously we have kept the frequency and potential difference constant and we are varying the intensity. Now for the second effect, we have to keep the intensity and frequency constant and check the potential difference effect. That means we have to vary the potential difference along with the experiment. Okay. Now see here, suppose m is the mass of the photoelectrons. Okay, small m, it is the mass of the photoelectrons emitted with a velocity v max. Because maximum velocity we are considering here of the photon absorbed by the electron, so electron gets maximum velocity. So these electrons, photoelectrons moving with the maximum velocity V max, then kinetic energy of these free electrons can be given as regular manner 1/2 mv square. So instead of v square, we have to take here maximum velocity square. So the kinetic energy of these free electrons or photoelectrons can be given as 1/2 mv square. Now as we are getting here one type of potential, in few minutes we will study that is stopping potential V naught. So since the stopping potential V naught, the fastest electron is just prevented from reaching plate A. So work done in bringing the fastest electron to rest, it is nothing but the kinetic energy. That means E into V naught, E charge on electron, V naught stopping potential is directly related with the kinetic energy. So 1/2 mv max square. So here the internal part, that concept is followed. So E into V naught is nothing but the kinetic energy of the electron. Now what is stopping potential? So with the help of this graph we will study. So here this curve shows the effect. Now since potential difference we have to vary. So this graph is along the potential difference with the current. Okay, so y-axis represents photoelectric current, x-axis represents potential difference. So initially we increase the potential difference from the 0 in the positive direction. We will observe that photoelectric current is also increasing, and after some time it becomes straight, that means constant. This constant current is called as a saturation current. So current will not increase beyond a particular limit. So whenever the potential is increasing, initially the current is also increased, and after a particular point the current becomes constant, that is stopping potential. Okay, so it is true when we increasing potential in the positive manner. Now again if we decrease the potential, the same graph we hope it will come, but it is not coming. When potential difference becomes exactly 0 in the reverse direction, when this potential difference becomes exactly 0, we are still getting some current in the circuit. So it is represented here with the graph, that portion in the y-axis, this is the photoelectric current, but the y-axis, that means potential difference is 0. So still current is present there. So to make this current 0, we have to change the polarities of cathode and anode and again increase the current. So with the help of the commutator we have to change the polarities and we will increase in the negative manner potential difference. So when we increase the potential difference in the negative manner, we will observe that now the current starts to decrease, and at a particular point the current becomes 0. So that potential, negative potential at which the photoelectric current stops, is called as a stopping potential. So it is the value of potential, it is negative because in the negative direction it is there, and the value of potential at which the photoelectric current totally stops, becomes 0, is called as stopping potential, and it is represented in the graph with a minus V naught. Okay, so this is the potential, stopping potential. So how it is represented? E V naught is equals to kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is related with this potential. Now see, if we vary the frequency, in the same case we have keeping the frequency constant and intensity constant. Now in the same case if we vary the frequency, you will observe that as the frequency is increasing, see here nu1, nu2, nu3, these are 3 frequency values, and let nu1 is less than nu2 is less than nu3, then we will observe that each time we will get here the different stopping potential, but the saturation current remains the same. That means saturation current will not affected by the changing frequency. So frequency will affect only the stopping potential. So we are getting here increasing stopping potential with increasing frequency. So this graph represents that. Now again one more graph we have to see here, that is the effect of intensity. So in the same case if we change the intensity, now frequency remains constant only. So potential difference is changed, we have obtained the original curve with the stopping potential V naught. Now change the intensity. Now when we are changing the intensity, we will observe that with increase in the intensity, we will get here increased saturation current only, and each time we will get the same stopping potential V naught. That means intensity will not affect the stopping potential, it will affect the saturation current only. So these are some effects which we study from the experimental setup of the photoelectric effect. Now there arises one more case. Now see here, it is the graph between stopping potential and the frequency. So you will observe that at a particular frequency only this graph will start. That means photoelectrons will emit at a particular frequency. And in the definition also we have explained that at a suitable frequency means what? The minimum frequency at which the emission of photoelectrons starts. That minimum frequency is represented here, it is nu naught. That means the name of this frequency we called here, it is threshold frequency. So it is the limit of the frequency below which there is no photoelectric effect will occur. So it is minimum value where just started, and above which we will get for any value of frequency the photoelectric effect will occur. So such type of frequency where just started photoelectric emission is called as a threshold frequency, and the wavelength associated with this frequency is a threshold wavelength. So here three different phenomena came: stopping potential, threshold frequency and threshold wavelength. Okay. So hope you understand all these conclusions which are drawn from the photoelectric effect experimental setup. So if you have any doubt regarding any conclusion, please comment here, I will explain. If you like our videos, share it and subscribe our channel.